Hi, in this video we introduce the concept of sportification into our field of SIGCHI. We should take a broad look at what play is and can be for kite play. And especially for many adults, we expect playing sports will have a very positive connotation. We already see various sports-like experiences are presented at kite play. We also notice changing behavior with using play-related elements or tapping into gamification is of interest on many. This paper adds a new generative-oriented tool that can be inspirational for many schoolers and professionals present. And based on our experiences so far, we expect it will spark engagement within this community. Looking back at how we came to sportification, an important step was taken at Kite Play 2019 in Barcelona. We saw interactive trampolines, various forms of extra gaming and interactive technology related to dancing. We also presented our own games for an interactive volleyball floor. Furthermore, we noticed that many interventions here were building on the well-known practices of gamification. So with a few colleagues enjoying the Spanish cuisine, we discussed how these elements of sports, interaction and gamification met. This was one of the first serious conversations we had about the principles of sportification, quickly realizing, a few searches later, that in related fields they're already further ahead. From the field of sports management, a prominent paper we found on the idea was from Bob Here. Here suggests two things are related to the practice of sportification. The first, turning something into a sport, like skateboarding going from a play-like activity to a more organized, structured and rule-based sports. And two, more closely to our field of sportification is aligned with gamification, the practice to make something more attractive by adding a sports component. Even more insightful was Carlson and Swensen's work from 2015, where they look at an even more non-sport context, reviewing current cultural practices from a sociological and sports science-based perspective. Relating it to a sports typology, specifically the kind of televised competition, here we even get a first few easy-to-use ingredients of what sportification can be made of. Basically, in our paper, we then follow the argumentation and structure of the slightly longer and seminal SIGCHI-related paper from game design elements to gamefulness, defining gamification, which made us realize there is also such a thing as serious sports, where it is not about a sports-related outcome or experience, but another outcome like teamwork or reputation purposes. More importantly, in the end, summarizing sportification is the use of the design elements that are characteristics for sport within a non-sport context. And then this leads us to present a perhaps even overly easy to non-exhaustive list of possible features identified from a set of definitions and descriptions of what sport is, such as adding regulations, more sports-related competition elements, performances, or skillfulness. We hope others from the community will take up the challenge to investigate whether also the design of interactive systems can benefit from such a framework, also working on how it is related into a more fundamental underlying theoretical framework.